The ANC Mangaung Regional Conference enters its second and final day following delays. Voting is yet to start, though. A parallel conference is taking place at another venue by disgruntled party members. The ANC in the Free State is also expected to host a provincial conference in the coming days amidst these divisions. Well, let's get an update from eNCA's Moloko Moloto, who is in the Free State and joins us now for an update on that situation. Moloko, you have been at that conference and have been monitoring both gatherings. Just give us an update of where things stand, as well as your conversation with the former mayor of Mangaung, Thabo Manyoni.
Well, indeed, Tula Siswe, the two conferences happening parallel each other. The first one is this one that is taking place at Imvelo Safari Lodge. It said that despite the disgruntled members of the ANC who had sought an urgent interdict to stop this particular Congress from going ahead, the court said they can proceed with their Congress. On the other hand, at the President Hotel in the CBD of Bloemfontein, the other conferences going ahead attended mainly this particular conference. They have already elected their leaders, the top 5 leaders. 4 of those 5 leaders elected in that other conference were, until yesterday, members of the interim structure in Mangaung, and it's been attended by some of the leaders who are in the interim provincial committee. Now, at the venue of the conference that's been given the go-ahead by the court, they started yesterday as well, and they delayed. I mean, they were supposed to start yesterday at about 10 o'clock. They ended up starting at around 4 o'clock. Even now, they haven't elected the new leaders. Perhaps before we even go a little bit earlier, let us get a quick update from Mr. Zolile Makonjwa. He is the member of the regional structure here in Mangaung. Sir, why this delay? What's been keeping? Now you should have elected the new regional leaders.
No, thank you very much. If you remember very well, like you rightfully said, yesterday there were delays. We were supposed to start at 10 o'clock, but we ended up starting after lunch. Why? Because there was a meeting with the IPC which had to resolve some of the matters which were outstanding. So we didn't want to rush into our conference. We wanted to, systematic approach in terms of what the guidelines of the ANC are saying.
Yeah, just a quick one. Are you going to make elections? Are you going to elect, though, before the end of today, since it's the last day of the conference?
As we speak now, the election committee of the ANC in the region of Mangaung, they are busy preparing for that eventuality. So definitely there will be an election of the leadership of the region emerging out of this particular regional conference. I'm definitely sure.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Zolile Makonjwa. We'll talk to you, of course, as the day progresses. Earlier, Tula Sizwe, we actually got hold of Mr. Thabo Manyoni. He previously was the executive mayor of Mangaung, and as we speak, he is contesting for the position of the provincial chairperson. And I must point out that in this particular conference we are at, some of the people who are here, you get a sense that they support Mr. Dukwana, who is the current convener of the ANC in the province, whereas those who are in that particular meeting or conference are supporting Mr. Thabo Manyoni. So we asked Mr. Manyoni who between the incumbent President Cyril Ramaphosa and Zweli Mkhize does he support, given the fact that towards 2017 he was clear he supported Ramaphosa and he really did not want to commit. He's sitting on the fence. He's questioning instead whether Ramaphosa and Mkhize have what it takes to take the ANC forward. He did not necessarily want to pronounce on his preferred candidate, but he does confirm that he wants to become the chairperson of the ANC here in the Free State, and he he is largely blaming these ongoing divisions and tensions within the rank and file, the branches of the ANC in the Free State, on Mr. Dukwana, who is the leader of the provincial structure. Let's listen to him.
I went to all people who have been supporting Magashule before and said, look here, it is high time that we build the African National Congress in the province, and therefore let's all work together. And of course, most of them have agreed to do that. And of course, as you know, that I've been a CR supporter, as it is called. I've also said to our CR supporters, let's work also with those people that we were never seeing eye to eye, to make sure that we build this African National Congress. That's why I'm saying it's a sad state of affairs that at the moment you still are having factional regional conferences that is happening. If I were Dukwana, I would really feel very much embarrassed, because this is an indication that he has failed to unite this African National Congress. But nonetheless, can't just blame an individual. I think it's upon us as the members of the African National Congress, as we move towards the provincial conference, to come together and bring all these factions together.
So that's Thabo Manyoni there, firing a salvo directed at Mxolisi Dukwana. I don't believe that he would take it lying down. What's been his response?
Well, Tula Sizwe, unfortunately, we haven't been able to interview Mr. Mxolisi Dukwana today, because we spoke to Thabo Manyoni a short while ago, about an hour or so, in Bochabela, the township outside Bloemfontein, because Mr. Dukwana, my understanding is that he's out of Mangaung. He ought to be somewhere in Leisurely Putswa, where another regional conference is taking place. But we spoke to him, of course, just to respond generally to the criticism that is being leveled against the structure that he leads. You would also recall that in that particular conference that is taking place in the CBD of Bloemfontein, some of the people who are serving in that interim provincial committee that Mxolisi Dukwana chairs include Kelebol Wesi. They also include the MEC of Health. I just forget her name, but I saw her there. And also I understand Mamiki Kabate, who is also the member of that provincial structure. That tells you that divisions are clearing. You have people who decide to go and support a particular structure, others going to endorse a particular conference. And Mr. Dukwana really did not take kindly to that. He basically is saying some of these people really are being ill-disciplined. And I must say that the divisions in Mangaung and in the Free State, they are spilling over to Lasizwe, even into government. In Mangaung, the metro itself, you have the members of the ANC caucus, despite the fact that that municipality is governed by the ANC, although through a slender majority, they are fighting continuously, so much that vote with the opposition. At some point, they failed to even pass a budget, to an extent that they even missed a deadline of the National Treasury. By the way, that municipality is even under the national administration. That gives you the picture of the extent of divisions and infighting in Mangaung. But Mxolisi Dukwana, when we spoke to him yesterday, he was clear that, look, so much work still has to be done. And as I said, he was not happy with the fact some of the leaders who are in the provincial structure went to endorse that particular conference. Perhaps let's listen to him.
Yeah, no, it's unfortunate that the level of ill-discipline will be demonstrated in the manner in which it is now. We are not surprised, in fact, since the beginning of the establishment of the IPC, the IRC, some of the elements here in Mangaung, to be specific, have actually demonstrated that they do not welcome the decision of the NEC to appoint the interim structure. They've openly declared themselves outside the functioning of the organization in many ways. In some instances, they went to court demanding that we should take them to a regional conference. They wanted their BBGMs, and we said to them, we've been saying we need to really get this the organization ready and make sure that when we do these things, we are all ready. And I'm surprised that they feel that we did not listen to them when we did.
Dukwana of the ANC in the Free State, they're ending that reporting by Moloko Moloto.